Hello, friends. Today we have a story that proves that sometimes the most beautiful things can be the most dangerous. It's not about poison, not about the blade, but about jewels. And it's not just jewelry. These are the famous Hope emeralds, surrounded by the legend of the curse that has haunted its owners for centuries. Imagine magnificent, thick green stones for which people were ready to give anything. But the price for their possession turned out to be much higher than the monetary one. It was measured in lost states, destroyed lives, and premature deaths. So make yourself comfortable. Perhaps this is the most terrible and exciting journey into history that we have had. So, where did these stones come from? Their history begins in the shadow of the Spanish Inquisition. In the 1600s, a huge treasure was found in Peru, then a Spanish colony, hundreds of magnificent emeralds of incredible size and purity. They were confiscated from the locals and sent directly to Spain, where they became part of the royal treasury. But here's the first victim. They say that one of the largest and most beautiful stones was stolen, and not by someone, but by a monk. Yes, the man who made a view of poverty could not resist their beauty. Legend has it that it was he, escaping from persecution, who put a curse on the stones, wishing that they would bring only misfortune to everyone who touched them, except for representatives of the church. Furthermore, the ship carrying some of the treasures to Europe got into a storm and sank, and the Spanish royal family, who owned these emeralds, began to rapidly lose its influence and territories. Coincidence? Maybe. But for the creators of the curse legend, it was only the first link in the chain of tragedies. Our history is transferred to France, to the court of the Sun King, Louis XIV. In 1668, the king buys several large faceted emeralds. They were great. He ordered one of them, weighing 45 carats, to be inserted into his gold pendant. And who does he give other stones to? My favorite is Madame de Montespan, an incredibly beautiful, smart, and influential woman. It would seem the peak of the career. She becomes an official favorite. She and the king have many children. But, with the appearance of emeralds, luck turns away from it. Soon the famous poison case breaks out at the court, a loud scandal related to black magic and poisoning. And the central figure in this matter turns out to be Madame de Montespan. She is accused of buying spell potions and even participating in black masses to keep the king's love. Her name was defamed, her influence was destroyed, and she was expelled from the court in complete disgrace and poverty. Curse? Looks like it started working. The stones disappear for a while to re-emerge in the 19th century. Their owner becomes Henry Philip Hope, a wealthy banker from Amsterdam. It was his last name that was attached to the stones. He collected jewels, and emeralds became the pearl of his collection. But what about the curse? It seemed to be napping. Hope himself died without leaving direct heirs, which led to many years of litigation for his fortune. His family gradually lost its wealth and status. And the stones went on a new journey. The next victim was a Russian princess who bought one of the emeralds. Shortly after the purchase, she was hit by a bullet during the Revolution of 1917. Then the collector Michael Ryder. He bought a stone, and soon his house burned to the ground. After that, he just gave the emerald to his coachman. Less than a week later, the coachman died in a mysterious road accident. The chain of misfortunes continued. The owner died of a mysterious disease, another went broke on the stock exchange, the third died in a car accident. It seemed that the stone literally attracted trouble to itself. So where are these ill-fated emeralds now? They found perhaps the only safe haven. The largest and most famous Hope Emerald, the one that belonged to Louis XIV, is now kept in the Natural History Museum in Paris. He lies behind a thick armored glass like a dangerous predator in a cage. And surprisingly, since it became a museum exhibit, the tragedies have stopped. Millions of people come to look at it, but no one owns it. Maybe the curse only affects the owners. Or did the spirit of that monk finally calm down, seeing that the stone is no longer the subject of personal greed, but belongs to everyone? So what was that? A cruel coincidence? Or is it a mystical curse after all? History does not give us a clear answer. But the fact remains. The path of these emeralds was paved with ruined royal courts, opals, revolutions, and personal tragedies. Maybe it's just a beautiful legend that stuck to very valuable stones. And perhaps this is a warning from the story itself, that behind the blind passion for owning something beautiful, there may be a very terrible price. What do you think, friends? Is the curse a reality or just a coincidence? Write in the comments. If you liked this journey to the dark side of history, like this video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell so as not to miss our new meetings. There are still a lot of interesting things ahead.